Hey, it's me, Jeff, and I've gotten a lot of comments asking about the controversy in my short, like when we were just like fishing and stuff. Now, people are telling me that now Reverse Rory has been telling me that he has seen Christmas, or that like he's known Christmas since fifth grade, and that he saw Christmas crying like today after the happened yesterday, and like he saw him crying after that. Now, I understand if Christmas is struggling with depression and anger issues, but that still doesn't give him the right to say those things to Christmas and Venom and Lambert. Now, the main reason why I posted that video of the like what we were talking about is because whenever I post videos like the fishing one with the grave, I always get so many comments on what happened because people don't really care to look at my main channel to see what's going on, because I usually if I post something like that, I would probably post a long form video on seeing what happened. But also the second part is because it's just because I wanted people to see what happened. Like it's kind of the same, but I want people to see what happened and like not immediately take Christmas aside, because number three reason is because Venom is younger than me, as you all know, and I was not online at the time of this being said, but I don't want Venom in I don't want him like hearing those words, and I don't want him like having to be involved with people who say that. So I mostly did it for Venom's like health, because I feel like it would be not necessary for him to hear those. Like I can handle it, Lambert can handle it, but Venom probably wouldn't be able to. Also, I understand if Christmas is having a hard time with mental health. I get that. But most of the reason why we kicked him out was for our own health, because we've had like a bunch of controversy before between Christmas, and it's ended up with me having to go on breaks for my mental health on VR. And because of those breaks, I would not post for a while. Many people would ask me questions, but I would not want to share anything that happened unless I really wanted to. Also, I just wanted to tell people what happens in Cal for one, what like the true arguments that happen, because it's not us just kicking everyone. Sometimes we'll be in like doing games and filming. We don't kick you for no reason, guys. Sometimes we'll be having arguments, games, and movies, and we'll be filming movies. And I've gotten a comment saying, "Let Reverse read into your squad." Number one, I will not be letting into our squad. We are not replacing anyone. As I stated in the other video, we will not be replacing anyone, and no one will be replaced, because I valued Christmas's friendship a lot. And honestly, when we had to let him go, it was honestly hard for every one of us, since we known him for almost a year, and it was just hard. Okay. And the reason why I made all those like videos is to show that I really appreciated Christmas's friendship, and I don't want him to think that we just hated him out of the blue, because we didn't. We actually enjoyed his time, but because of that toxic behavior, we just couldn't do it anymore. It was for our own sakes and for us to not get hurt anymore. And I've stated this to Christmas, and he said, and yeah, I've stated this to Christmas. He replied. Also, I've gotten many comment about this comment by asking for proof about Lambert's mother, and it wasn't Lambert's mother. If he had paid attention, it was also Venom's mother, which is my mother too. I'm going to interview Lambert on the matter, and I'm also going to be Ezzy, just going with Lambert first. Come in. Now, I want you to state your story on how Christmas has been disrespectful before.
So, it all started, so one time I was changing my avatar, and, we were just, like, messing around, we were just, like, talking, and then out of nowhere, he called me the N-word for some reason. I don't know why. And then he started playing the trumpet, as, like, he seemed to, like, not care about that he said a really bad word.
Yeah.
And I actually, got it on recording, too, so, yeah. And
yeah,
I think at the time he had called me it multiple times, like, 3 times in a row, too. And he just lies it off like it's a funny thing to say.
Yeah, I used to have a recording before I cleaned out my camera roll, just videos and photos. I used to have a video of him saying the N-word and saying that his stream before he quit streaming said it was okay. Honestly, I'm not sure, because I didn't have any information about his stream, and so I wouldn't know if his stream actually allowed that, but I'd probably say no, but I wouldn't know. Anyways, is there any more instances of being disrespectful to you in any way?
Usually, I like, so we'll just hang out and I'll like be really nice and like, I'll give him an item or something. Like, I don't know, I don't think I've ever gotten video of this, but every time he asked for an item, like, he wanted, I can't remember what it was, but he really wanted an item, and so I walked up to him, I bought the item just for him. I said, Crispy gets what Crispy wants. I always say that when I give him something as a gift.
Yeah.
And then he never pays me back. He always, like, if I'll die, he'll, like, take my, like, one time, I had this really big sword that I actually took out, and then I dropped down and was like, oh, shoot, and then he took it, put it in his stash. I kid you not, 20 minutes straight, I was telling him, please, can I have it back, dude? And he was like, finders, keepers, losers,
Yeah, he takes a lot of people's
me.
items for some reason. Like, he could ask people to buy him stuff, but then, like...
Yeah, and then he'll come into the server with goop builds, and then he has just stolen them. He keeps stealing them from little kids. He keeps stealing their builds they made.
Yeah,
for,
honestly,
like,
that's not really a problem
they
for me.
also
He can
stole.
do what he wants to do outside of our friend group. But honestly, I don't like how he steals from people, like, a lot. So one time I had a laser that I had just gotten because we had just beaten the Shadow Quest, and then he stole it from me when it was my only laser. Because, like, it was my only one, I was really mad, but I didn't want to say anything and, like, risk of getting kicked. Also, multiple occasions he'll force Lambert to, like, trying to kill us by turning, like, Lambert turns into a monster, and then he tries to kill us with, like, guns and knives. And it's honestly really annoying.
Yeah, and he like really hates Ezzy for some reason, and Ezzy can explain his part because he says
Okay,
How is
so
Christmas
basically,
been disrespectful to you in, like, the past and
so
stuff?
every time, Lambert used to not be my friend because of Christmas. So when my VR broke, Lambert and Christmas started hanging out more, and then after that, Lambert started being mean to me because we used to have our own channel, and then after that, Christmas was like very mean to me and stuff, and then he said death threats.
Yeah.
To me.
And
And he talked on them too.
yeah, as he has told me that Christmas sent him death threats recently about the video, which I do not get why Christmas said it to Ezzy, which Ezzy was not there for the moment that we had that controversy. But he was also, but I don't know, probably because he doesn't like Ezzy like a lot. He doesn't like Ezzy, so I guess it's why. But I don't know why he would not, like, I don't know why he would not send us messages. I'm not jealous, but it's just
It's like Christmas is jealous because I'm the best actor. Like, I'm not even trying to be like lazy myself, but like I'm a good actor.
Yeah. But also, do any of y'all have any other instances of Christmas being rude to you? Technical difficulties.
Right, and what he did was like an absolute sin. We all love Rec Room, right? We love Rec Room. It meant a lot to me because I got my Xbox and I really wanted VR. It was the closest thing to VR I ever had. That game was a law. My account was called Friendly Owl, and I made account. And when I got a VR, I played Rec Room on it. The Yes or Guesser is my username. So usually I put TYG as my username, like in Gorilla Tag and other games. And he played it for some reason. He hated it, and then now he's saying he's happy it's shutting down. But I mean, it already shut.
Rec Room is
so he's
peak.
happy.
I played that game.
Yeah, Rec Room.
Yeah,
like, I
before
grew
Roblox,
up with that game.
Rec Room.
I grew up
Before
with
Roblox.
that.
I had
When
Rec
it
Room.
closed down, I sat in the loading screen for 20 minutes straight, bro, just listening to that bang.
I played it on mobile, but yeah, he does tend to hate on stuff by saying like absolutely bad and saying a lot of
Like,
like
whatever-
curse words.
Yeah, whenever something
whatever
doesn't get his
we-
way, he gets like really mad about it.
Or like whatever the stuff we like, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
also he's a sore loser. Like, I was playing this game with Venom, I beat him like 31 times. He just kept playing because he's actually a good sport. And then Christmas, I beat him once. He was like, "Yeah, this game sucks," and then he raged
Yeah,
quit.
anytime Christmas doesn't get what he wants, he will rage quit and he'll leave the game. And honestly, I feel like it's just probably anger issues. But honestly, you gotta learn how to be a good sport, honestly, because we play a lot of.
And he gets mad at us for filming without him, even though we told him
Yeah.
to join. Like,
Yeah,
if
we
you
haven't-
watch the video that about us confronting him.
Well,
we.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot what it was, but it had
He
something
wa-
to do with video
Yeah,
if
we
you
were
watched
trying to
it.
film the episode 4 of
Yeah,
Carrie
he
the
got
Idiot, and then he wouldn't.
So
like,
he got mad at us, even though me, Venom, and Jeffrey contacted him to join us. I
For
even
some
have the
reason-
chat message.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the chat messages too. I can't screenshot them because they will not. But like the only reason he left is because he kept like messing up a wire. Like he kept holding it down, and I had told him multiple times to stop,
he
and he
kept-
looked at me and ignored.
So he kept spamming us. So you know the wires that like shoot those.
Yeah, in the
Cheeto
elevator
bubble
when you're.
effects. He kept spamming it and it kept getting in the way. So I told him, okay, I'm just gonna kick you for this one scene. You can rejoin once you're done. So I just kicked him, and then we filmed the scene, and then I texted him, okay, join back, we're done. I unbanned him because when you kick someone, it's ban list, you know.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he just quit to VR chat.
Yeah, he like will try to film, and then he'll like suddenly leave, or like when he like. He'll like. I feel like he'll make an excuse for us to kick him so he can leave. Sure, he has a social life, but he's acting like we don't have social lives too. And then like
Yeah,
I have a social life. That's why most of the time I don't get on because I'm mostly like doing stuff like creative stuff. And then he like sometimes he'll get mad at us for not getting on when he wants to get on, but he doesn't contact us and to get on.
He's very
It's more
disrespectful to us. He's very disrespectful to us because like he never wants to do the stuff we do. He always wants to talk back to us. Every time when we're doing something fun, he always has to ruin it. So like basically we just don't want to be a friend anymore. So they kicked him out of the group chat, and now we're just gonna try to better and just like try to be happy without him because he's just really rude to us for some reason because he has anger issues.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we think. And so I just hope that we never see him again. Made our lives worse. So now with
is really heartbreaking to me because I had a friend on VR who was like my best friend. I grew up with him, dude. And he kind of ended up like Christmas, and he started assaulting me at school, so I couldn't be friends with him anymore. Except he was the only VR friend I had, so I was alone. And then I found this guy, and I was a capybara, and that was when the bundle came out in August. And so we played around, and then he introduced me to his other friend who was kind of young. And then I met his other friend, and then we all formed a little group. That kid I met was Christmas, and I met Venom, and I met Jeffrey. And then Christmas was like my second friend over here, or more like first, because I was already friends with that everyone I was talking about. And like me and him just had this bond, but like now he's gone, and like he's corrupted.
And I've known Lambert for almost 2 years now. Because me and Lambert, we literally used to have our own channel. Whenever my VR broke, like I said, when my VR broke, Christmas was just peak. That's what Jeffrey told me. And then Lambert started to be like Christmas, and then now that Christmas is gone, Lambert's being a lot nicer to us. But it was all because of Christmas.
Now we're gonna be talking about the incident that happened yesterday that happened a few days ago about the comment he made. So what happened when he made that comment? How did it provoke him to make that comment?
The comment when I left the game and then he said that about me.
Yeah.
So how it came from, so the whole scene, I was kind of tired and I wanted to get off. He loaded this goop invention, and then we were like we were playing around, and then I was like, hey Venom, I'll give you $20 if you touch it, as like a joke. He didn't touch it though, because obviously he knew that was a joke too. And then Christmas said, if you touch it, you are gay, you like big, you know what I mean, and you kiss your moms. Yeah. And then when I left, Venom told me that he said, when I left, Christmas said, at least I don't kiss my moms.
Yeah, I was not there for it, but when told me when I was getting on VR with him, I was absolutely like repulsed by it because I share a mother with Venom, and Venom is my brother, and I don't want him hearing that stuff. Especially, I don't want anything to be said about my mom, especially. So I was really, really mad, and then we got on and we discussed that for our own sakes, we're just gonna have to like.
What Christmas said really offended me. Christmas, if you're watching this, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, also this will be a little personal, but I did end up teaching him, saying that how he could, but we had to do this for our own sakes, and that maybe one day we could reconnect after he's cooled off. And then he messaged me why would I do that, and he gave me an offer which I can't really make out because it had a lot of like improper grammar, and then I like just
what do you think it said though? What did it say?
He made an offer saying that we could give him a big surprise that could harm him in some way. I don't know, like in game probably, or we could give him our accounts to our headsets, and like give him another chance. Which honestly I don't know how that works. If he could, I feel like he could explain it in a different way. But then he sent me a message talking about the video. He's like, why would you post it? I do not remember hearing him to say not to post that. I don't remember hearing him say that any time when we were in that conflict. I don't think there's any proof of him saying that. Because I don't think he even knew I was recording. I don't think so.
Yeah, this whole video stuff we're happening isn't really supposed to be like a oh guys check it out, Christmas just cool, we kicked Christmas out the group chat. It's like kind of a documentary almost.
Yeah, because I have multiple instances of him being toxic and I have them recorded, but I just decided to post this one because I felt like it really needed to be spoken. All that disrespect that's been said to us, I feel like it needed to stop. And he has so many people who like defend him, like Reverse Reed and Reverse Rory, especially in the comment section. So I felt like they need to know what was happening in Cat 41.
This is why I don't get on VR, because of Christmas. Christmas makes me not want to get on VR to film videos or like shows with you guys, because he's always mean to us. He never says sorry. He just wants to be rude. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, he just likes you. I think it might just be because he's a racist.
You guys might be wondering why I don't do movie clips. It's because of Christmas. Because we all know that Christmas is really mean. He's a brat. He does everything that we don't like. And we have to do the stuff he likes, but not anymore. He's kicked out of the group. He's not going to make movies. He's not going to be in my channel, Jeffrey's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, multiple reverse read and reverse Rory keep spamming my comment section saying that they saw Christmas crying. Reverse read and reverse Rory keeps sending like things that how they know him in real life, which I guess that's cool. I don't know why they're saying that, and they're saying he was crying, which he probably was, but honestly, and they said I should give him another chance. And I like admit, and they're like, and I don't know, they just kept saying I should give him another chance, and also Rory said I should let him into the main, like what used to be the main 4, which is now the main 3. He said that we should let him in, and I said I would not be adding anyone to the main 3, because we are like,
What about me?
It's just, I think
It's
what it
just
means
because-
is that it's not gonna stick. Like, because
it's not gonna,
our
like,
whole
feel the
group
same.
formed at once. I met Christmas, and then he introduced me to them, and then we all met at once, and so we've all been together.
And
So
then
even if some
Lambert-
really,
Lambert
so like even
introduced-
if Ezzy, you do appear, I remember when we met Ezzy, we also met this other capybara. Yeah, we were all capybaras and stuff.
Wait,
and
remember?
you came later on, but you're earlier than most people were. But like,
It
we're,
won't, like, feel the same
basic core,
because-
dude, we were iconic, man. We had our childhood. By that I mean like, you know.
and
Me and Lambert introduced me to wait, no, I already knew Christmas and Venom, but he introduced me to Jeffrey.
Yeah,
And
I
then
went on the set.
he- We saw each other in a public lobby, and then he saw me as a capybara, and I saw him as a capybara. And so then he introduced Christmas, and then then I added both on VR, and then we became friends. And then I joined this code because Lambert wasn't answering my call, but they were filming the movie, and that was my first movie I was ever in.
Yeah, wasn't that Ghost? Wasn't that like?
We had good times, but Christmas ruined most of the times actually.
Yeah, I feel like
tragic
sometimes
times.
Christmas will influence Lambert. Used to influence Lambert, and Lambert would also be rude to us. Not saying that he does anymore. I feel like it stopped ever since Christmas started being
Yeah,
rude
it's
to
just like my
everyone.
other friend. Like, I have this one friend. He's not the nicest guy, but he's chill with me.
But-
Except when my other friend comes, then he turns evil, and then they both like harass me.
Me
Yeah.
and Jeffrey there's one thing we were worried about the most was that Venom was getting influenced by Christmas and Lambert.
Yeah, we would
Because-
have talks about the arguments, and honestly, Venom, he would always get mad at Christmas and Lambert, then always go back to them. And that was when we had like a rough patch, and that's why I took so many breaks. And I didn't want Venom to get influenced by Christmas, because Christmas like had a very like had a big vocabulary of curse words, and I didn't want Venom to start using those. Especially, didn't want him to like end up like Christmas. And
He
also,
gets close to that, yeah.
I didn't want him getting exposed to that. Just like I don't want him exposed to Christmas's vile words like last time. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what me and Jeffrey were worried about the most because Venom,
He's
he
young.
like he's younger than the whole group combined.
He's the youngest. But Venom is my bro, bro. Well, you
But
all you guys
Venom-
are my bros, man.
Also,
You know what I'm saying?
Christmas got mad at me for posting the video, told me to take it down, or else like he'd sue, which I didn't really like get, but I didn't want him to send.
Sue?
Yeah, I don't know. He said he hopes to.
He's
I'm
a
not trying to
lawyer,
make
just
it. I just want
comes.
people to know. He's also like, yeah, he's like said he's gonna sue me for that video, which honestly I don't think like there's nothing wrong with that video. I'm just telling people what happened in the instance.
But we
Kind
have
of like
proof.
an announcement.
So then-
yeah, it's an
It
announcement.
was
We
more
need to
like
let
a
people
win.
know. We need to let people know that Christmas is being kicked from the group chat, and they
Yeah.
can't just be like, why? So we give them evidence. In fact, someone on the short, I forgot their name. I think it was the first comment. They're probably watching this, but they asked what happened, and then
Yeah.
someone replied to it. But there's a video and a short. So if you watch the short first, you'll be so confused. So
Yeah,
watch
you have to watch the
and
video
you'll
first, then the
understand.
short. The short's more like an it's kind of like honor his like
Like-
memory and
It's like,
him.
see.
Yeah, but he said he was gonna sue me, which I just want people to know what's.
But yeah, so now we're not Christmas's friend, and now this is the beginning of a new chapter.